The art of decision making. Before I even begin to speak, let us understand this art that we are talking about is you as an individual. You are that art. Why you? We've all seen painters, yes? Have we all seen someone doing a craft work or a paint an art piece, right? And what they do is it starts from just a log if it's a crafter. Or it starts with a blank canvas or a blank piece of paper if it's art, visual art. Yeah? And they draft something from a blank piece of paper into something beautiful, which is then sold and holds value, okay? That's why you are that art piece. When you are born, you are a child, full of potential, but no one sees this but your parents. Or sometimes it's not even your parents, it's your community. Sometimes it's not even your community, it is you, because God has spoken directly to you, okay? You are then that art piece because it takes your entire life till death only that you are a complete piece of art. So when we speak of then making these decisions, we are talking about your entire lifespan and the different social interactions that you have as you develop. I'll speak onto basically 3, if I'm not mistaken. Self, which is inclusive of your body, your mind, your soul, and your character. Second, I will speak about family, which speaks to your responsibilities. And third, I'll speak to the community and your purpose. These are the decisions that you have to make in your life, and it starts with individuality. It is a blessing, Bazalwane, to know God. It is a blessing because we go through so much growing up in different backgrounds. Mama Malta touched on that. We come from different backgrounds. We are raised by parents who were raised in a different way, and we are living in a society where what was taught back then does not necessarily apply today. Then how do we create social cohesion and move together? All right? And you cannot live and succeed in this life if you do not identify with yourself. Know who you are first. Know who you are first. Ask yourself, who am I? Who do I want to associate with? Why do I want to associate myself with those people? Will I add value to their lives? Do they add value to my life? What are my goals? And where am I going? These are the kind of questions that you need to ask yourself repeatedly, because there's going to constantly be changes in your life. The life you lived between grade preschool to grade 3 is different to the life you live from grade 4 through to grade 7, to the life you live from grade 8 through to matric, to the life you live over the 3 or 4 year or 5 years that you are spending in varsity with grown-up people from different backgrounds who have their own way of dealing with things, okay? And that's where then the mind and the soul come into play. It is important to pay attention to your thoughts. I cannot begin or even find a way to better emphasize that, the importance of paying attention to your thoughts. You speak to yourself more than you speak to anyone else. When you tell yourself, Uguti, I look beautiful, the fact that someone else outside tells you this, it's an addition onto what you already knew. When you tell yourself that God and my parents love me, everyone else then becomes an addition to what you already know of yourself. But most importantly, tell yourself that you love you. Yeah. With all that you have been through, tell yourself that you love yourself. Having had having been a young person and fallen pregnant, having been a young person who's used substances and stopped, having been a young person coming from an impoverished background, or even still being in an impoverished background, still love yourself. This is where now the case Mama Malta again touched on, of his dads that say that there's a high teen pregnancy rate in the province. And it is because we do not trust who we are. We do not tell ourselves that we are important. We are waiting for that man driving that BMW 3 Series or whatever series he's driving to come tell you that you matter. We are letting go, we are selling our souls and our bodies, which is the temple of the Lord. It is a temple for you. And how you treat and conduct yourself plays a massive role. I'm not standing here to judge anyone. I'm standing here to speak of the importance of loving yourself first. God loved us enough to die for us, even though we were still rejecting him. Knowing we would not accept him, he still chose, regardless, knowing we would not accept him. Because he's an all-knowing God, he still chose to die for you. You matter. Your life matters. You are valuable. Okay? So soul and mind and body, these are the things you need to take care of. Your soul is grown by your faith. And faith is believing in things unseen, yet things hoped for. You are currently in a bad situation. It does not mean tomorrow might not be something different. And that's what faith does for us. The belief that I am crying now, I am falling apart now, but I do believe, even if not tomorrow, next week, if not next week, next month, if not next month, next year, but I will pass. It will surely come to pass. Character. We are very foul and rude as young people. I say we because I am young myself. Asinayo inhlonipho ebantwini abadala. There was a video that went viral of a young girl beating umama omdala on the street. What is that? Why? Why are we so angry? Why are we so angry and not willing to talk about our problems, but rather react in violence? How does violence solve anything? Are we not evoking the anger of someone else? Which evokes the anger of someone else? Are we not just stretching an unnecessary problem that we could have talked about? Or you begin to be that change you wish to see in the world? Character of a young woman matters because you are going to be the mothers of the nation, mothers of your community. Character says you respect your elder, whether they are your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle, or a complete stranger. By virtue of them being older than you, you respect them. It also means we respect each other by virtue of you being a human being, human dignity and worth. By virtue of you being a human being, we respect each other. Character means even when you are going through the worst, you do not retaliate in anger. Be the bigger person, and it seems ridiculous to say, be the bigger person, but they slapped me and it was unnecessary. They speak rudely to me. Why should I be the bigger person? Why can't they be the bigger person? They were older than me anyway. That attitude is what causes you to remain in anguish. You are oppressing yourself. Anger is more hurtful to you than it is to the other person you are angry at, because they don't care. More often than not, they don't even know that you are angry at them. These are the things of offenses. I expected you to say hello and you didn't, therefore you are offended. Why didn't you say hello? They didn't, so you did. And it takes nothing from you. If anything, you are doing a good deed. There is joy in doing good things, which is another form of character, to take care of yourself. Character says how you conduct yourself in public, you care about. I know Sinale Bazautina Bandu syndrome, we shouldn't listen to that. Actually, you should. To a certain extent, you should care what people think and what people say. Because whether you accept it and realize it or not, you are a role model to those who are younger than you. In your home, in your community. And you live your life, the way you live your life becomes an example to them. And children do not listen like we are doing now. They see and they act. That's why when they see you as their older sister smoking, you will find them with a crayon and smoking the crayon. They saw you. Whether you say, don't do that, But must you do it? So I want to be like you. You did not ask for it, but that's just the way we are. That's why we because we coexist. Family. We have responsibilities in our families. We are daughters. Some are mothers. Some are sisters. Younger or older, you belong to a family. Even if your parents left you, the people who raised you are your family. Even if it was in a children's home, that place is your family. And you have a responsibility to them. The fact that you have been raised and as grown as you are now, and you will continue to grow, till death do you part with the world and life. You will continue to grow, and you have a responsibility to not only disappoint yourself, but not disappoint them. They believed in you enough to care for you. You might think, but I didn't ask to be born. Yes, you didn't, but when you were born, you were taken care of. And then back to individuality, the talent. Therefore, you need to live up to your talent. Play your role. As a sister, you are a role model. But I like to touch a bit on this Ndabaya role model, because I believe the role model should be yourself. The person you desire to become, that's your role model. You. Because you know better than anyone, you cannot disappoint yourself. But everyone else can disappoint you, because we expect certain things of people. And they are human. I'm going to say understand about human. Yeah. And because we understand that they are human, when they fall, you are disappointed. But if you disappoint yourself, you pick yourself up and you keep going. Yeah. So you have a responsibility to play your role. Sinalena is black text. It is a nightmare, because now you are making your money, now you must go give back. When you are growing up, you don't know how much they didn't have, but from the little that they had, they wanted to give to you. They didn't call it black tax or child tax. They called it sharing. They called it caring. They called it taking care of you. Now you are older, you are in a better financial situation than they are. And they require your help. You are responsible for that, just like they were responsible to take care of you. And the rights speak to all of us. And the Bible itself, the Bible tells us that it is important to give to those who have not. We are our brothers and sisters' keepers. We need each other. We will not succeed on your own. Who are the people that you expect to come support you at the event? Is it not society? Is it not your family? Is it not your friends? We need to understand that in as much as we have rights as young people, we have responsibilities. When you are taken to school, you are there to learn. Not to beat up your teachers, be rude and be vulgar. You are there to learn, accumulate. Take up that knowledge and use it to change your current situation. Don't take all that knowledge and make it an even worse situation. We are gifted with opportunities. There's organizations, left, right, and center. We are one of them. Here's another one. Willing to be there to support you. Yes, not all of them may be truthful in their mission, but there are people out there who are willing to help you get out of your current status quo, your current situation. Third, the community. Purpose. Find your purpose. I'll go back. First point, individuality. Who are you? Who do you want to associate with? Why do you want to associate with them? What do you gain from them? What do they gain from you? And these are the things that help you find your purpose. Knowing who you are, being this individual, playing your role in your family, and then you have a bigger community. You belong far beyond your parents. That's why the Bible will say when you are grown, you will leave your home and you go live with your husband. That family is secondary family. They are basically a community. When you go into a hostel in high school, you are living amongst other children who come from different backgrounds, but because you know who you are, you have your own identity, you have your own character, you have your own purpose. You are able to spread and share love. And because you are sharing that love, you have changed a life. That life is going to go change another life, which will go change another life. You are changing lives, and all you did was touch one. Yeah. Purpose. God has given us a series of talents. And our talents are not limited to only healing and praying for people to change. The science that we study now is because God willed someone to know science and to help get that there. They played their part. So what are we doing about what is already here? You go and you study human resource management. And then, yes, you don't get the job, but you are living in a community. What can you do? Where are you? You studied agriculture. Yes, you didn't get that job. You see your environment. You see fertile soil. Or horticulture, you see fertile soil. Seeds aren't that expensive. You work with people who are willing to work with you, and even if they are not, as an individual, you go get that thing done. They will join you along the way. Purpose. That's how you are able to contribute to your society. By identifying with yourself and finding your purpose, embrace it in its totality. In its fullness, embrace who you are. If you are a speaker, speak. And sometimes it takes a while for you to realize who you are. Sometimes it takes someone else saying, hey, but you are a very good speaker. You're like, no, I don't like talking, I'm very shy. No, but you speak well, go. You've got nothing to lose from trying. Yeah. If it doesn't work, it's a lesson learned. Try something else. We are not limited to one thing. You can be great with technology and good with agriculture and still want to change the world. Yeah. And you can do all three things. Mom Malta knows I juggle a lot of jobs. I juggle a couple of things. Events coordination, empowering communities, counseling on the side, administrative assistance at other times, project manager at other times. Because I have come to accept that I am more than one thing. I had grown up desiring to be a counseling psychologist. And I ended up being a social worker, and I was like, but you look costly. First year I failed. I fell apart. My family knows I cried for a good year and a half because I could not believe out of why would I fail now? Why now? Why am I failing? Didn't even want this module. Why am I doing this? What is the point? End of second year, I realized the value of social work. They teach us sociology and psychology. Sociology speaks to society, social groups, and how we are all intended to coexist. Social work is the combination of sociology and criminology and psychology. Understanding how an individual thinks on their own as an individual, combined with understanding how people need each other in order for them to coexist, understanding what leads people to behave in a bad way, which leads them to criminal behavior. With all that information, you use that and then you go build one individual. In summary, we say we help people help themselves. I'll repeat that. We help people help themselves. We do not give you the solution. You are the solution. You are just clouded by the negative self-concept first, and the negative words from others around you. So we help you help yourself so as to enhance your social function. When you are in a better mental space, it's easier for you to listen to what your educator is teaching you in terms of maths, physics, science, or whatever it is that you are being taught, whatever your subjects are. Once you've identified with self and you are hearing this information, you can apply it into your community. Yeah, you wonder how all these things coexist and all these things are linked. But it starts with making a decision. And that decision starts with understanding you are that art piece of that decision that needs to be made. As far as scripture readings go, you can write down the first book of Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 33 to 34. Speaks to how bad company corrupts good character. Don't be careless of who you let into your life. They can change the course of your purpose. The partner must push you to your purpose. Your partner being your friend, your associate, your lover, your husband, your wife, whatever the case may be. But whoever is in your life should be helping you become a better person. And you as an individual should be working to become a better person. Then there's two individuals working to become better people, helping each other become better people. Imagine that. Yeah? Proverbs 4, verse 23 speaks to guarding your heart above all things, from evil and good come from it. I'll make a practical example with anger. When you are angry, before the headache, it feels like you are boiling, but it's coming from inside you, it's coming from the heart. And that's why you need to guard your heart. It is very important to guard your heart. Not everyone deserves to be in your life. Not everyone should be in your life. We need each other, but we also need to understand that we are on a course of your own. And that's why your surroundings matter. The people you associate with matter. That's also why individuality, connecting with God, matters. And that faith that you'll have will be the reason why you'll be sitting at 013 and someone comes and offers to buy the whole table, black or white or whatever. And you will know who you are. It was Natalie Trusiapo now because someone else and they are carrying this money and you want that money because it will help pay your tuition. It will help you get home, or it will help feed your family. You are throwing away your course, your actual intended course. And if you have already been there, you can come out of it. It is about making the decision. And you are going to make these decisions for the rest of your life, every single day. From the moment you undress someone to the moment you are raising a child. Constantly making decisions every single day. But you need to start by making the right decisions for yourself. Because no one else can be able to rely on you if you are not in a good space as an individual. It is important to please God with what you have. T.D. Jakes says, honor God with your best work where you are. You wanted to be an MEC, or you wanted to be the chief director, but you ended up being at the reception desk. Honor God with where you are. How many more people are you meeting at reception than you would have met in that office? How many more lives are you able to change? Purpose, self, character, mind, soul. Never make decisions that you will later regret. It only leads to frustration. Never make decisions based on the goodwill of others without considering your own fate first. No matter how considerate you may be, good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people. Be willing to accept whatever comes your way and move. Do not sit. Do not think killing yourself is the best way out. You are actually hurting a lot more people now. We are all hurt that you chose to die instead of talking to me. And then I ask myself, why didn't you talk to me? Yabon? I cannot be less than who I am just because you choose to treat me less than I am worth. I cannot be less than who I am just because you choose to treat me less than I am worth. What people tell you you are or tell you you are not does not change who you actually are. And your purpose and who you are as an individual is linked to the man who died for you. That father who loved you regardless. Before you knew you would sin, he knew you would sin and he loved you anyway. We need to realize who we are as individuals first before we can relate to others. Get up, do something. Get up, start something. Get up each day and become more than just. We have mediocrity as young people. Just go to school, just. I apply to tertiary, just. What is that, just? What's just? I'll drink just. I'll smoke just. Like, go through life just. And then when you are not where you wanted to be, you don't understand. You blame the whole world. But you are living your life just. A series of decisions and grace got you to this point. And a series of wiser decisions will get you through to your next. Don't miss out on the good things because you are focusing on past disappointments. Make peace with your past mistakes. They turn into life lessons when you choose to move on. But they will only frustrate and pull you down if you choose to remain. Hold no grudges, for they drain you and have zero effect on the person you are mad at. Learn to respect those who disrespect you. Learn to respect those who disrespect you. Have you ever heard of kill them with kindness? There's nothing more frustrating to someone who's trying to get to you than you being nice to them because they don't understand why. You're frustrated. And in fact, you're dacha without even touching them. Because now they are forced to face themselves and ask themselves, why but am I treating this person this way when they are not giving me a reason to? Why am I doing this? And Satan, I don't know. The art of decision making is you. The art of decision making lies in the complete understanding of who you are as a child of God and as a woman. Thank you.
Felicity Productions, the creator.